missed a few episodes, but we're back. That's all that matters.
We had a big storm here. We had like 3 feet of snow, so
We'll blame it on that. Or
we'll
is
blame
it just
on that.
because we have 2 kids and life gets
Carly,
hard?
it's not always this calm. Like right now, she looks calm, but this is fake.
And Ayla's sleeping, so
Yeah.
it's the calm before a storm. So of course we're gonna make a YouTube. Why not?
Yeah, take advantage.
So today we're going to talk about meeting the parents. I'm like so excited to share this topic because it really kind of goes into like some of our cultural differences and then some of those similarities and also like that bond between our family, which is such an important part of our relationship.
Yeah.
But I
feel like first off, both of our families are very involved.
Very
and we
involved.
both have really close relationships with both the families.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it was similar in that sense where, you know, it was a big deal for both the families to get introduced and meet
Right.
each other.
Right.
But there was also some differences, like
Yeah.
more formal with her family.
Yeah.
A little bit less formal with mine.
Right.
But
right.
yeah, go ahead.
I'll go. Okay. So for my family, I have to start off by saying, and for some Zimbabwean women, African women, we kind of probably relate in terms of like, you don't introduce the guy unless you know he's the one. Like, I'm not going to be introducing any Joe Schmo to my family because when you introduce the man, it is like, this is the guy you're going to marry, right? So really, the first time my mom and my aunt, they actually met Dylan first. And he was just picking me up. It was like freshman year summertime. And I was like, he's just a friend. But my mom says now that like when Dylan came to pick me up, they all knew like this was not just a friend. Fast forward, I
got fined for that one in Aurora.
They
somehow
don't forget.
somehow they remembered it like 7 years later.
They were
They
like,
took notes.
remember that guy that came? That was definitely
remember
Dylan.
just that friend? Yeah, they're like, we met you.
But when we did do formal introductions where we had a family meeting, and it was really funny because my brother was really close to Dylan, my sisters had met Dylan, really the family had seen Dylan, but he was never officially introduced as the boyfriend until this official meeting. So
Right.
we literally sit in my parents' living room and I was like, hi, this is Dylan. He's my boyfriend. And, you know, my dad grilled him, asked him all the fatherly questions, like, what are your intentions with my daughter? And it was really that beginning of, like, us meeting. I think that it was just such an important part of him getting to know my culture and knowing that, like, okay, once we sit for this meeting, there's expectations now. Like, we're just not, like, now we know, like, we're going into that next step of our relationship. Because it took Dylan 8 years to propose to me.
Good things take time, you know? Good things
He's
take
smart.
time.
He's smart. Men, take notes.
And we had to live up to your expectations of a proposal.
Which
so
was actually perfect.
She was like not wanting anything simple or basic, so I knew I had to plan something.
You did so good. You did so good.
But yeah, no, I think it was good. I actually liked meeting your family. It was like it was a way to, you know, kind of establish, okay, you guys are actually in a relationship now.
Right.
This is committed.
Right.
We're expecting that this is going to move along into, you know, an engagement and
Right.
marriage and all that.
Right.
So I think it was nice. It was a good start to getting to know the families. Like I said, I already knew them from more casual interactions, but it was nice. Like I said, getting to know like your siblings,
Right.
sisters, brother, like that helped a lot to make me feel comfortable.
I feel like they were all like laughing during the meeting because they were like, you know, it was just like kind of awkward, just really already knowing you. But it was perfect. Yeah.
Your parents weren't laughing.
No, they weren't.
Your dad was taking it serious.
My dad was very serious.
So I was taking it serious too. I was like, sir, here's my GPA. Here's my
credentials.
You know, credentials. I'm doing this professionally. Here's my net worth. No, I'm joking. They don't really care about that stuff. They just wanted to make sure that I was going to treat her well.
Right.
And be actually like you know, someone who was going to align with the family.
Right.
And, you know, we were going to be able to set up a good family. That's all they really cared about.
Right.
But they wanted to make sure that I understood that there was expectations, and if we were gonna, I think we wanted to take a trip to Hawaii, and that was like our first vacation together. And obviously they just didn't want you going off with someone random,
like
so
going off with that friend.
Right. So they were like wanting more of a, you know, wanting to understand that this was actually more of a committed relationship,
Right.
and not just messing around.
Love that.
So
How about your family?
with my family, same thing. My family's all very involved, so they were putting pressure on me to meet her.
The African queen. They're like, where is this African queen we've been hearing about?
Right, and I come from a family of like pretty much all women.
Yes.
So 2 sisters, and then also I have 2 nieces, who are very, so we're all a close family. So they were all putting pressure on me to meet her.
Yes.
And it was more casual. We didn't have any type of formal meeting. We're not as, I think, like, we don't have those same type of ceremonies or whatnot in our family.
Yeah.
But it was still very important that they got introduced and got to know you.
Mm-hmm.
So we did it at a restaurant.
I was so nervous. I literally remember a blue dress, and I asked my mom to borrow her heels because I wanted to look like a lady. Like, I was like, I'm about to meet my in-laws. It was a big deal. It was a big day.
She looked good. She looked good.
Aw.
And don't ask me what you were wearing, because
Okay.
I don't remember. But I can pretend. I think it was like a red dress.
No, I just told you a blue dress.
Oh, blue dress. Blue dress. Hearing problems. So yeah, it was more casual, but they had same thing. They had known we had been dating. They had known about her, so they really wanted to get introduced. That was like 9 years ago or something.
And I literally remember leaving the restaurant and being like so nervous, like, did it go well? How was me? Do they like me? You know what I mean? And Dylan's niece at the time, she was young, maybe like 11, and she looked at me. She goes, "I really like you." And it was just like, it just broke the ice. Like, that moment, I was like, all right, I'm in with the Badgers. I am in with the Badgers.
Yeah, if you get in with the kids, you're in with the fam. But yeah, no, that was good. It was, I think both. And then once we got both families to meet,
Yes.
I'm trying to think, we did the parents first, right? We did the parents first, where we actually just did it more casual, but
Right.
It was just us two,
Yeah.
and then our parents.
Yeah.
So that way we could make sure we were kind of like mediating the conversation.
Yes,
but
yes.
it turned out not to be necessary because they had a bunch in common. They get together.
I feel like
super
it's
well.
just wild because I say this a lot on Instagram and on my stories that like we feel like we're soulmates, but our families are like soulmates. I mean, when me and Dylan get in arguments, Dylan will be like, "Thank God I love your family." You know what I mean? But like our families, like their bond by themselves is just so beautiful and so amazing. Like we celebrate holidays together, and as different as they are, the love and that joy and that positivity is so the same that I love that. Yeah.
And I think both parents are easy to get along with. Like your
Yes.
parents, her parents are kind of like the life of the party.
Right.
Like especially like your dad.
Oh,
Like
he is the
anywhere,
life of the party.
anytime we go somewhere, like he's fine being in the center of attention. Kind of like her. It's her and her dad steal the spotlight. Me and her mom are kind of just hanging out. Being like, I don't know what these two are doing, but let's just let them do their thing.
Oh my God,
But yeah,
that's
I think your parents are super easy to get along with
Right.
and super welcoming. They're, they have like strong cultural roots to like Zimbabwe, but they also understand, American culture, and, they get along really well with everyone. Like they
Right.
can fit into any party or any scenario you bring them to. And then same with my family. My family's very
open-minded,
accepted and
accepting,
and
loving,
open-minded.
like,
Yeah. So like they
just-
were super excited. I think it's like, they were happy, and it's been,
so enriching.
yeah.
Like
two
I feel like
different
for
cultures
both
has
of
been-
our families, that's like the perfect way. It's been so enriching of like culture and getting to know each other and how open-minded like the two families have been and continue to be. It just yeah, it's amazing.
We've done
amazing.
Thanksgivings together.
Yeah,
We've done other holidays together.
yeah.
I mean, your parents always host big parties,
Yeah.
which is nice.
I love this when we delivered Ayla, the two parents got together and had like their party as I was pushing Ayla out, literally.
We were at the hospital with giving birth to Ayla,
Yeah.
and the two parents got together to like hang out and have like a celebratory dinner and drinks.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, come on, what more can you ask for?
What else can you ask for?
Yeah.
I mean,
And now they fight over who's gonna watch the kids.
right.
So they're like, it's our weekend. No, it's our. Her mom will be like, send me pictures of food and things like that to try to convince us to come over.
And we will be there tomorrow. I love that. I love could you share a little bit about like asking my dad?
Oh yeah,
for
that
my
one
hand?
was
I
actually.
love that one.
That one was actually a little bit more stressful. Like getting introduced as the boyfriend, I wasn't too nervous about it. But asking for her hand in marriage, I was a little bit nervous about that one.
Mhm.
Just because I feel like, I don't know, it's for some reason it's higher stakes. You want to say the right things.
Right.
You're like, I've known Liberty and her dad for a long time.
Yeah.
So we already had a good relationship.
Yeah.
But it was still, like that final thing that I needed to do.
I need to hear the whole story because I feel like you've never really told me like exactly what he said. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, give us the story. We need the story.
We went to play tennis. Her dad's big into tennis,
Loves
and
tennis.
that's been a good bond because I like sports too. So, we went to play tennis. I let him beat me so that he was feeling good and in good spirits. I didn't want to beat him and have him be in a bad mood or anything, and then be like, "No, you're out. So I let him beat me.
Oh my gosh, that's
and
funny.
then, but I put up a fight, so he knew I wasn't like a wimp or anything. And then, I asked him if we had his blessing for her hand in marriage, and we were in the car at that point, and it wasn't like he wasn't like, it's like super excited about it, but he was, I think.
What did he say? Like,
I can't exactly remember what he said. I know he said yes.
Yes.
Or at least I think he did. I don't, if he said no, I missed that part and we ignored it. So, but no, he said he was very accepting. He was more calm. It wasn't like a big celebration where we went to go get a drink or anything like that. But he was happy. I think it was also, like he knew, he was also giving up his daughter at that point, and it was like one of those realization moments, but it was good. I was a little nervous, but like I said, it went well. He said yes. I didn't have any type of gift or anything like that for him.
Next time, man, get gifts.
But
they got you at the Rora, don't you worry.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that was kind of the main story. We had I think we did come back and have like a celebratory drink. And then I'm trying to think, I don't think I told you about it because the proposal was kind of a surprise.
Yeah.
I did it as a surprise thing for her. She always knew, like she had an idea it was coming, but she didn't know when or how. So I didn't tell her that I'd had that conversation with him. But it was good. I'm glad I asked for his blessing because something definitely would have been missing if I didn't do that. So it was good. It brought us closer together. Yeah. And
you're
like
his Makwasha now. Yeah. Legit, right? Yeah. I love, one of the things I love about like making this YouTube, and I'm just kind of just saying this randomly, is like I get to hear these stories, and I feel like some of those emotions come back about like how far we've gone, and now like we're sitting here and we have our new baby here, and we're just like
we're in our dream house.
We haven't found the dream house yet, guys. Don't get me started on that topic. It's coming soon, right, Dylan?
Tanya's on me. She's like, she's like, my whole TikTok and Instagram feed is all houses.
Yeah, that's what it is right now. So I'm hoping as we continue this journey, let's give him like 6 months. Like we need a 6 months to a year of Tondi being in her dream house. You know what I mean? But I just feel like we've come so far.
I'm trying to buy more like multifamily. I'm trying to.
Do you guys want our next topic to be like real estate? Because I feel like Dylan really wants to talk about real estate.
No, we don't have to talk about it here.
I feel like it would be a good next topic just to kind of like learn more about that. But we did it. Next YouTube done. Love you.
Yeah, let us know what you want to hear about next. I feel like the families, that was a good one.
Yeah. Maybe next time
we could talk about we talk about raising kids, how we do that. There's definitely some differences with that.
That's a good next topic. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the differences of raising kids, because we were both raised so different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of love, a lot of positivity, both homes, but like raised very different. And so we sometimes
I would say like core values were very
same.
Like, similar. But then obviously differences in parenting styles.
That's our
and
next topic.
That
Parenting.
yes.
Let's do it.
Parenting.
All right. Bye, guys.